So I'm going to explain real quick what a contradiction is, what a real contradiction is. Now remember, a contradiction, you have a statement that is contradictory to another statement when they both differ in quality and quantity. Okay, so if I have a statement, all humans are tall. If I have that statement, all humans are tall, the quantity of this statement is universal. So this is universal. That's the quantity. The quality of the statement is that it is affirmative. Remember, affirmative just means positive. This is not denying anything. It's putting something forth that is positive. So we say it's affirmative. That's the quality. So the quality is affirmative. Okay. So if I want to get to the statement that contradicts this statement right here, it has to differ from this statement in both quantity and quality. Okay? And remember what a contradiction is. A contradiction is the ultimate refutation of something. Because there's different ways you can refute something. Okay, you could show the contrary is true. You can, and there's other ways as well. But the ultimate refutation is showing that the contradictory statement is true. Okay, in other words, the statement that goes against this one. So let me just finish this up, and then I'll explain more on that issue. So all humans are tall. The quantity is universal. So what's the opposite of universal? Particular. Okay, so my contradictory statement would have to be some. And remember, there's 4 types of statements that Aristotle lays out. It's the A, E, I, and O. Okay, so it's going to have to be some. If it's going to be the opposite of universal, it's going to be particular. Okay? So some humans are tall. It's going to be in that nature. So it's going to have to be an I or an O. Okay? It's going to have to be an I or an O. In order to determine which one it has to be, we got to look at the next requirement here. This statement was affirmative. So our contradictory statement has to be negative. So it cannot be the I statement because the I statement says some S are P. So it must be the O statement, which says some S are not P. So this has to be some humans are not tall. Okay? So the contradictory to all humans are tall is some humans are not tall. In other words, if somebody, let's say somebody's writing a paper, they're giving an argument, and their thesis, their final conclusion is all humans are tall. All you have to do to disprove that in the best way, the ultimate refutation of that, is to show that this is true. Some humans are not tall. What does some humans are not tall mean? You just have to find one human. Okay, of course, this wouldn't be this would be ridiculous, right? This wouldn't be like the thesis someone is trying to prove. I'm just using this as an example. So in order to refute this, you would have to show this is true. And the thing about a contradiction, why it's the ultimate refutation, is if this is true, then this can't be true. Okay? If some humans are not tall is true, then this cannot be true. Okay? And another element is one of them has to be true and the other one has to be false. This is why the contradiction is how you refute an argument fully. This is why you see Socrates in the dialogues of Plato refuting the opponent's arguments with contradictions by showing that there's a contradiction in what they're saying. Okay, so that's contradiction.